motherfuckers? Yo, what's poppin' gamers? It's your burb, Ezra. Just woke up from a power nap, as I usually do, on days where I have to go into the office for my human job. So I'm a little bit eepy. But what's new? I actually try not to do that, but I've been like extremely tired this week. My my quality of sleep, it goes up and down just kind of like randomly. Like last week I was fine, and now this week I'm actually getting more sleep than I was last week because I needed to, obviously, for my health. And now I'm even more tired, so I don't know. It's kind of random. Probably has to do with like stress and other factors. I don't know. Everything's like fine. It's something I learned to deal with, and I'm complaining about because I like starting my streams strong with complaining. One of my main character traits is that if I'm not complaining, I'm not living. It's not entirely true. I just complain a lot for fun. Play things up. Not playing this up though. I really needed that power nap. Which is a shame. I actually wanted to catch a little bit more of Rui's Slay the Princess stream, but that's fine. I'll watch the VOD. Yeah. No spooky music today though, because it's not spooky month. What's up, Dr. Hero? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Hope everyone is having a good Wednesday. I am having a decent Wednesday. I actually got a fair bit of stuff done. Having a good week overall. I'm also excited. I've talked about it like a little bit ago, but I am playing. Well, I'm not playing in the tournament, but I'm attending a in-person mahjong tournament, which is my first time playing mahjong in person. I always do it online, so that's gonna be fun. My partner is actually playing in it, but I'm just gonna go and do friendlies probably while I wait. But there happened to be a tournament nearby where I live, so she's flying up and we're gonna go do that. So I'm pretty hype. Get to end the week with something fun. That is why the streams over the weekend are kind of like, I don't know if they're happening yet or not, sort of situation. But yeah, I don't know. There's stuff to talk about because I'm trying to wake my brain up before I have to read stuff that's going to confuse the shit out of me. What's up, Pokey Hero? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. I think you were the one that was in the pre-chat last week when this was originally scheduled for, that was really excited for it. So sorry I had to move it. I just really needed the night off when this was originally scheduled. But we're here now and we're finishing things up. We have 4 more SCPs to get through, and then I wanted to look into SCP-001 a little bit, see what's up with that one. So yeah, we're gonna do that. We have this one, 2935, we have 3008, we have 4666, and we have 6448. So yeah, some exciting stuff. I think 3008 is the IKEA, which I'm excited for. The IKEA, I think, is my favorite one I know about. The Endless IKEA. So, yeah, we get to do that. I like Endless IKEA because I like Infinite Blowage, or Blowhigh if you're a nerd and want to pronounce things the correct way. But, yeah, I guess we can get started. And I'm just kind of rambling, as you do. With there not being a whole lot to go through, I'm kind of planning on treating this as more like a just chatting shitpost stream where I occasionally read through them. So if you're upset that I didn't immediately jump into talking about SCP, perhaps this is not the stream for you, Lamau. My brain's also very all over the place. I have energy and I'm drinking caffeine, so my thoughts continually get interrupted by other thoughts. But yeah, SCP 2935. Forgot to, they do this like weird, like there's a different layout for the page for the 2000 series here. Containment class Keter, disruption class Amida. I don't know what that means, but apparently it's disruptive. The shit be sitting in class like the motherfucker in high school that would just like sit in like the middle with a cell phone and play like Clash of Clans with audio on in the middle of class. That's how disruptive they are, I guess. That's what that means. And then risk class caution. Okay. I mean, it's a cave. I'm usually pretty cautious in caves. I think this is a cave. I don't know. It's a picture of a cave. The entrance of SCP-2935 has been sealed with concrete, and access to SCP-2935 is forbidden. Okay, good start. SCP-2935 is a space-time anomaly existing within a limestone cave beneath a cemetery near Joppa, Indiana. That's kind of arbitrary, but okay. The cemetery, whose last interred individual died in 1908, was discovered by Foundation personnel after radio signals were discovered emanating from SCP-2935. See that addendum, we'll get there. The SCP-2935 anomaly is a nearly exact replicate reality of modern Earth in the year 2016. What? What does that mean? With the primary exception being that all life, including both biological and non-biological, as well as any sentient entities, machines, computers, and other lifelike phenomena within SCP-2935 ended on April 20th, 2016. Information gathered by the Mobile Task Force, who initially entered SCP-2935 for reconnaissance purposes, points to the conclusion that all life forms suddenly and without warning expired sometime between the hours of 3 to 4 EST. The reason for this is currently uncertain. Okay, so it's like a cave to a parallel universe, I think? On April 28, 2016, at roughly 5 in the morning ES2, a radio signal was detected by communications personnel at Site 81 near Bloomington, Indiana. The signal, though distorted and unintelligible, was traced to the unincorporated area of Joppa, Indiana near US Interstate 70. Site 81 personnel in Indianapolis. Okay, so they have an Indianapolis branch of the SCP, good to know. Next, we're going to find out the Indy 500s in SCP, which I would believe, on account of within the SCP universe, the entire game of basketball being a ritual retroactively invented to prevent an eldritch being from realizing they're an eldritch being. I forget which SCP that is, but if anyone knows, feel free to share. But that is some professional basketball player that I think is now retired is an SCP. That's an actual SCP? Yeah, this shit gets goofy. The next one, the Endless IKEA, is also pretty goofy. There's a lot of comedy SCPs. There's like a good range of like very serious, well-written stuff, and then just like actual shit posts. It's part of why I like it so much, actually. Okay, anyway. The Indianapolis were dispatched to determine the source of the signal as per Foundation policy, and discovered SCP-2935 during their examination of the area. On initial entry, the aforementioned personnel were uncertain that they had actually discovered an anomaly, instead believing their drone had exited the other side of the cave. This was quickly corrected during observation of the surrounding area, and upon picking up the undistorted radio broadcast they had been searching for. The broadcast, which appeared to have been repeating on a loop since April 20th, which, mind you, is 420. I'm not sure if that's going to be like a relevant joke or if it just happens to be April 20th, but that is 420, was an automated message originating from Site 81 within the SCP-2935 reality. The full transcription of the message is as follows. This is an automated emergency broadcast from the SCP Foundation and your national government. One or more of our sites is experiencing a communication breakdown, likely due to a containment breach of unknown magnitude. All citizens are ordered to stay in their homes as containment teams, I know how to talk, work to secure the breach. This message will broadcast from April 20th, 2016 until, and then it repeats. Okay, interesting. Afterwards, the Site 81 personnel contacted Site Command. Mobile Task Force Epsilon 13 Manifest Destiny was immediately assigned to examination and exploration. Okay, now the exploration. Okay, we have 4 exploratory missions here. Okay, mic's on, check, blah, 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 command. Yo, Juno Orion from Lucid? Hey, yo. Moth Friend is in the SCP? That's crazy. Okay, proceed with insertion. Okay, they enter, travel through the cave system. So it is a normal cave until they get to the other side. Confirm what we're seeing here, lead. Yeah, looks like a total lack of living vegetation. Oh, so everything's dead. Somehow that didn't, like, register to me that everything being dead would include, like, plant life. Which also begs the question how they're able to, like, maybe recency or the ozone layer being powerful, but, like, how are they able to breathe? Wouldn't the oxygen, like, disappear pretty quickly at that point? With no vegetation? I guess not if there's nothing there to, like, consume the oxygen, right? I don't know. I don't know. Someone who knows things, figure it out. Okay. But yeah, that didn't occur to me. Yeah, no plants, no nothing. Shit's just, like, done. Pretty pleasant, cloudy, but not a lot of wind. Okay, if we go up this ridge, there should be a road there, the one we came in on. Okay, so it actually matches up. Is it, like, mirrored, or is it the same? I don't know. Okay. What's up, Brandon? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Agents move for the kitchen. 3 adult corpses, 2 female and 1 male, are seated at a table within the kitchen. A 4th corpse, a male child, lays nearby. Life signs. Not decomposing yet. Okay. Wouldn't they have started decomposing? Well, maybe not if there's no life signs. But that is 8 days later, and decomposition happens because of tiny living things. That's interesting. Okay. What? Television shows the set of the home shopping network. 2 individuals are on screen, one laying near an empty chair and the other facing the camera directly. Neither individual is moving. Backdrop has been burned. Automatic fire suppression system seems to have been triggered, and red emergency lights flash off screen. Marquee at the bottom of the screen scrolls as usual. Date reads April 28th, 2016. Holy shit, that's, like, really creepy, actually. Because if life just, like, suddenly, like, everything died in the middle of what they were doing, yeah, who the fuck's gonna turn off the TV? Like, the signal going to the television statements. Television statements. I am... The television stations. Who's gonna stop the broadcast? Who's gonna shut off OBS, right? That's... God, I would love to see this as, like, a movie. I said that about another one, I want to say. I think last time I did the Red Sea object, that's right. I want to see the Red Sea object universe as, like, a game. Or, like, a show. This one I want to see as, like, a horror movie. Okay, so they leave. Yeah, what's up, Gargo? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. It's summer in the Midwest. Do you feel like anything's missing? Nothing. No birds, no insects, no car noise, just the wind. Well, yeah, if you hadn't figured it out already, everything's fucking dead. I mean, you've been there. You've been in the fucking place, guy. How do you not? Oh my god. Okay. Okay, I'll pull up. What's up, Stalkers? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Exploration 2. Gain access to a Foundation site. Okay. Okay, they can get through the roads. I guess there wasn't a lot of traffic at the time then? 3 down jetliners. Okay, that makes sense. Kinda enraged right now. Oh no, what happened? Offsite deep storage server bank. Gotcha. Okay, so the next one's gonna be that team, so the party's split here. You think we're in here? Oh god, yeah, maybe they are. Maybe they're gonna find their duplicates. That's fucked. Shouldn't we be hearing a breach alarm? Breach alarms are automated, but only if any of the containment cells trigger it. Otherwise, they have to be executed manually. A lot of them. Okay, so a lot of people died all at once. That tracks. Yeah, it's not a breach. Everyone just fucking... Okay. Yo, Overwatch command? Bro, fuck Overwatch. One made fun of you for your spirituality. Yeah, that's fucked up. That shouldn't happen. I agree. This is one of those ones where, like, I'm kind of just enraptured by what's going on. Let me, like, try to go through this a little bit faster, because I'm just kind of, like, reading dialogue. You know where Overwatch is? Hopefully the trash. But yeah, I mean, blah, blah, blah. Everyone's just fucking dead. I'm waiting for the one that reveals, like, what happens. Okay. Yeah, this is, like, super long. They moved the lizard here. Okay. Oh shit. Yo, the lizard? The fucking dead? The lizard's dead. The immortal lizard. Oh, fuck. Yeah, like everything died. Okay, we need to know why though. That's like the one thing I don't know here. I don't want to read through a bunch of like flavor text. That's my major complaint with this one, is just like how much of this is just like dialogue here, right? Like, look at this. Okay. Everyone is dead, everyone and everything. Oh shit. So they're like trapped. What happened here? Oh shit, 079 is dead too. Everything's dead. Okay. Wow, that's like the classic one, the one where you have to look at it or it can move really fast and try to kill you. Even that's dead. That's crazy. But yeah, so they got trapped in like the data room or whatever, and I guess they died down there. That's fucked. But I still don't know why everything died. That's what I want to find out. I want a hint on why everyone just dropped dead. Okay. So this time they're using a drone. Okay. Nearing Site 19. All right. Drone lands on the airstrip. In the staff dormitory access building. Oh, Agent Keller. Oh, Agent Keller's alive? So they made it out of the server room or whatever. I don't have any answers. I don't think there are any. I'll do this one thing and hope that fixes it. Seal it shut. You gotta lock it in here with us. I'm sorry. What? On-site nuclear device. Okay, so there's some kind of entity. Wild. Okay, here's some artifacts they've got here. Site lockdown. Huh. Come on, with staff at 81, if you're hearing this, you probably got some idea what the deal is here, so I don't need to explain the Foundation to you. This, everything else, I mean, it's pretty self-evident, isn't it? Fuck me, as am I recording this, it is 21:36 hours EST on April 26th. I've managed to get back into 81 even with this lockdown bullshit that got triggered, and I guess this is it. If I didn't still bleed, I would think I was dreaming. I've had dreams that I was dreaming, but I wake up and I'm still here alone, and everyone is gone. I'm gonna check the signal they had picked up near Joppa, just off 70. Quick little exploratory mission. I was the closest. I pop in there and find this cave. The other side is the world I just left, but it's this one. This is the world I ended up in. Things dropping out of the skies and dark things floating in the water. People everywhere lying where they stood in silence. God, the silence. Not even birds or bugs, just wind and nothing else. People are moved around. The date is different, things are different because it's my world. The one I left. This is my family is here and my friends, but now it's all gone, everything's dead. Oh, okay. So this guy's theory is that by entering this parallel world, he killed everyone. Okay. Well, that's not very conclusive, but it's almost better that way. That one was neat. I just feel like it needed to not have a bunch of, like, unnecessary flavor text and dialogue. But that's interesting. So just this random cave. And then when you come out the other side, there's just like a parallel universe, but everyone fucking died. Just suddenly at 3:13 in the morning on April 20th, which is 420, again, by the way. I don't know why. I don't know why 420. They all die from smoking too much weed. Did the weed goblins come and get everyone? Also, I forgot it was below a cemetery. I wonder if that has anything to do with it. I don't know why it would, though. Weird. Unless I missed something, yeah, I guess it's just... just, like, up in the air. What's up, Yuri Train Spotting? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Okay, but that one was interesting. Again, I just didn't have much to say, because, like, most of it was just me scrolling through dialogue trying to figure out what the hell happened. So that, definitely brings it down. I haven't really been scoring them, but this one's pretty average. Have you done 297 like I recommended yet? I'm pretty sure I did 297 in the first stream. The weed apocalypse happened by the power of Snoop Dogg. Yeah, that must be it. That makes the most sense. I think I did 297. Which one was 297? It should be in the first stream. Is it in my bookmarks here? Yeah, I guess I must have. Because if it's not there and it's before the earliest one. Huh. Okay, well, if not, I can give you my reaction over Discord. I can just put it in pit crew. But yeah, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Oh, that one. Yeah, I didn't do that one on stream because I was curious and read it right away. But yeah, I read that one. That one was interesting. Yeah, it's just a vibrator that vibrates so fast it turns you and anything else into dust. Yeah, I remember that one now. Yeah, I read that one. All right. Yeah, that was that one. Now we get into shitpost territory. SCP 3008, the Infinite IKEA. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. The retail park containing SCP 3008 has been purchased by the Foundation and converted into Site Blank. All public roads leading to or passing by Site Blank have been redirected. The entrance to SCP-3008 is to be monitored at all times, and no one is to enter SCP-3008 outside of testing, as permitted by the senior researcher. Humans exiting SCP-3008 are to be detained and then debriefed prior to the administration of amnestics. Depending upon the duration of their stay in SCP-3008, a cover story may need to be generated prior to their release. Any other entities exiting SCP-3008 are to be terminated. Damn. No capture, no nothing, just kill they asses. Okay. Description: SCP-3008 is a large retail unit previously owned by and branded as IKEA, a popular furniture retail chain. A person entering SCP-3008 through the main entrance and then passing out of sight of the doors will find themselves translocated to SCP-3008-1. This displacement will typically go unnoticed as no change will occur from the perspective of the victim. They will generally not become aware until they try to return to the entrance. Okay. SCP-3008-1 is a space resembling the inside of an IKEA furniture store, extending far beyond the limits of what could physically be contained within the dimensions of the retail unit. Was it... out of sight of the doors, that's right. So basically, if you can't see the exit anymore, you're in a parallel universe. Current measurements indicate an area of at least 10 kilometers squared with no visible external terminators detected in any direction. Inconclusive results from the use of laser rangefinders has led to the speculation that the space may be infinite. SCP-3008-1 is inhabited by an unknown number of civilians trapped within prior to containment. Gathered data suggests they have formed a rudimentary civilization within SCP-3008-1, including the construction of settlements and fortifications for the purpose of defending against SCP-3008-2. Okay. I forget what those are. And what, have they not made contact? How would they know if they haven't made contact? Maybe they sent a drone. I don't know. We'll probably find out. But, I feel like of all the places to be trapped, an infinite IKEA wouldn't be too bad, right? Because, like, you got plenty of comfy furniture to sleep on and plenty of things to, like, build homes out of. And they sell food at IKEA, so you got an infinite source of fucking IKEA meatballs and shit. Like, you're good. And then if we assume that they have plumbing, which, I mean, I guess we don't know, but I would have to imagine so. It's not even gonna be that uncomfy. Like, shit. Honestly, could be a vibe. Better than the back rooms, at least. Anyway, here we go. SCP-3008-2 are humanoid entities that exist within SCP-3008-1. While superficially resembling humans, they possess exaggerated and inconsistent bodily proportions, often described as being too short or too tall. Damn, they said short people are an SCP, that's crazy. And also tall people, you gotta be average like you burb. They possess no facial features, and in all observed cases wear a yellow shirt and blue trousers, consistent with the IKEA employee uniform. It has a rudimentary day-night cycle determined by the overhead lighting within the space activating and deactivating at times consistent with the opening and closing times of the original retail store. During the night, instances of -2 will become violent towards all other life forms. During these bouts of violence, they have been heard to vocalize phrases in English that are typically variations of, "The store is now closed, please exit the building." Once day begins, they immediately become passive and begin moving, seemingly at random. They are unresponsive to questioning or other verbal cues in this state, though will react violently if attacked. Okay, so when the store closes, they try to fucking kill you. Got it. I don't think IKEA sells guns or weapons, so in that event, you may actually be fucked. I don't know how you would fight back against them unless you happen to have one on you. I guess you could get some, like, parts. Get some, like, furniture parts, like a 2x4, and use that. I don't know, I'm trying to think now, how would I survive in the infinite IKEA? The kitchen probably has knives. Oh, true! I don't know why I didn't think of that. Yeah. The kitchen section, okay. You right, you right. Yeah. No, you right. Okay, here we go. Where were we? Oh yeah. Paragraph, okay. SCP-3008-1 is known to have one or more exits located within, though these exits do not appear to have a fixed position, making it difficult to leave 3008-1 once inside. Using any other door besides the main entrance to enter the structure or breaking through the walls of the retail unit leads into the non-anomalous interior of the original store. Since containment began, 14 individuals have managed to exit SCP-3008. Following extensive debriefing, all individuals have been administered amnestics and released. You win by making blahaj for it? I mean, yeah, I'm definitely gonna hoard blahaj. Honestly, I would probably push towards making those the currency in the IKEA civilizations. You trade in IKEA shark plushies. Okay. At midnight 37 on whatever date that is, a human male exited SCP-3008, followed 10 seconds later by an instance of 3008-2. 3008-2 caught and killed the man before itself being terminated by armed response personnel. This incident represents the only time an instance of 3008-2 has been seen exiting 3008. A full autopsy on the corpse was performed. Okay. There's not a link to that. 3008-2 autopsy log for more details. Okay. Well, we have a transcription of the man's journal, but where's the autopsy log? I want to know what's in the fucking... the infinite IKEA employees. Okay, here we go. So, I'm writing this to document what I can only assume is my sudden descent into insanity. I can't possibly be that bad a navigator, and yet as I write this, I've been trapped in IKEA for 2 days. I haven't seen another person in the entire time I've been here. I thought it was a prank at first, turn the place into a maze, get all the people out, and see how long it takes me to get lost. Then everyone has a good old laugh. Realized that wasn't the case when I tried to backtrack, everything had changed, so I ended up lost. Instead of the exit, it was just row after row of bookcases. So, I'm trapped in IKEA. Sounds like the setup for a bad joke. The lights went out at 10 PM, nearly gave me a fucking heart attack. That loud electrical thunk sound and then pitch blackness. Place is full of beds though, and my phone has a torch on it, but no damn signal. So I found a bed and went to sleep. Spent most of the next day trying to find my way out with no luck. Did find a restaurant serving those meatballs though, so at least I won't starve. Probably the punchline to the joke. Anyway, they were still warm and fresh, but I haven't seen anyone around who could have cooked them. See, that's what I'm saying, infinite food. On my way back to bed. 9:10 AM. Lights came back on a little while ago. I'm sure I've searched the entire area where I came in now, and the exit obviously isn't here. I'm gonna pick a direction and hope for the best. Day 3. If I wasn't sure there was something seriously wrong, I am now. Walked for 3 hours in a more or less straight line, insert IKEA joke here, where I came across a ladder next to one of those huge stock shelves they have here. Climbed up to get my bearings, and it looks like this place just stretches on forever. Like that scene from The Lion King, except instead of trees and grass, it was all shelves and tables and crap. I did see a person moving not too far away though, so I headed over. Thought it was a staff member at first, it was wearing the uniform, and hell, maybe it was. Maybe freakish 7-foot tall monsters with long arms, short legs, and no faces are just the kind of things they want working at Super IKEA. No eyes or ears, I can't even be sure it knew I was there. Its hands were big enough to crush a watermelon. God damn, okay. So that's what they meant by proportions, is like the individual body parts are wrong. Okay, that's interesting. Improbably hard and pointy table section of the store. Okay. I see one of those cartoons where we're going through doors in a hallway and they just pop out of another door. That's how I feel right now. Yo, Scooby-Doo. See nothing but the same identical bookshelf for 2 days now, just row after row after row of them. See the signs hanging overhead passing by. Too bad none of them say exit. Just not sure who I was addressing the question to. Let's just say it was practice for the autobiography I'm going to write when I get out of here. I'll call it my perfectly normal trip to a regular old IKEA. If I ever get out of here is crossed out. Okay. I mean, makes sense. He was writing that, and then he's like, nope, I'm gonna get out of here. And you know what? That's the way to be. If you're in a situation like this, just a word of advice. You probably shouldn't have doubt. You should probably continue to believe that eventually you'll be out of the situation. Because even if that's not true, better to think you will. Better for your mental health and better for your chances of getting out, probably. Because if you start to think, oh, well, I'm stuck here forever, well, then you're gonna think yourself into a situation where, yeah, you're gonna be in there forever. No quitter talk in my infinite IKEA. All right, we found some people here. Finally found some other people. Turns out I'm not the only poor bastard trapped in here. Lucky for me, I guess. My 6th night here, 2 of those staff things came at me in the dark. Different but still messed up. Heard them coming. They were saying that the store was closed and I had to leave the building. All nice and polite like. I'm not sure which part of that was weirder. That they don't have mouths, or that they were apparently trying to kill me while they were saying it. So I legged it. Saw it when I cleared another stand of those giant stock shelves all lit up with torches and floodlights. I built a whole town in here. Got a massive wall built out of shelves and beds and tables and whatever else. I guess they saw me coming, or maybe they heard my girlish, manly bellows of fear, because I had a gate open and 2 people were there waving me in. Heard the staff thing slam into the gate behind me after it closed. Still politely informing us that the store was now closed. They wandered off eventually, though. That is terrifying. Actually, I would hate getting chased by that. Fucking IKEA Slenderman. What's on the sign hanging from the ceiling? Okay, so they're naming things based on the fucking the sign. Makes sense. Put up against the night using lights they found and plugged into the power lines, and there were beds and food and people. Okay. Whole week living in IKEA. There's probably a TV show in that somewhere. Maybe I'm around other people, I'm starting to feel normal. Gone nuts, I was tied up in some padded room somewhere, but no, I feel quite sane now, thank you very much. Apparently there are other towns out there, some with more people, some with less. Oh shit. So at some point when this became anomalous, probably what happened is all the people that were like browsing the regular IKEA just got teleported to this other dimension, so it would make sense for there to be that many people in here. I was gonna call that out, like, hey, if the front door is like closed and there's people making sure you don't get in there, how the fuck are this many people in there? But upon further thought, no, that actually tracks. Okay. People here just call those staff monster things the staff. Apparently they're fine during the day, minding their own business, walking the aisles. As soon as those lights go out, though, they go fucking bonkers. Apparently there are restaurants and shops around that randomly get restocked. Okay. So it is actually random when the food gets restocked. Okay, interesting. The IKEA, from whence all other IKEAs sprang. I'm gonna go get some cinnamon rolls. Alright, good luck, gamer. Enjoy the cinnamon rolls. Maybe we're all still just in the regular IKEA and this is all some fever dream. Huh. keeping track a long time ago, and one guy, Chris, said he'd been in here for years. What's up, Drill to the Heavens? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. God, my stomach. Which one are we on? We're on 3008, the Infinite IKEA. And my favorite so far has been the Red Sea object from the last time I did the SCP stream. So we're ballin'. Years, okay. People who do manage to get out see the exit only to have it vanish before their very eyes. Staff monsters are after endless row of high-quality Swedish furniture. I don't know why they would find a disappearing door so hard to believe in. You right? Once you learn the landmarks of the place, it's not so hard to navigate. The overhead signs help a lot, but there are others. Not too far in the distance, a huge section of those giant stock shelves is collapsed against each other, and way off in the east, we all assume it's east anyway. Apparently IKEA doesn't sell compasses. Some kind of tower that looks like it's made of wood. Lights up at night, so there must be people there, but it's apparently a few days' walk, which means it must be miles away. So no one here really knows for sure. Incredibly lucky sleeping out in the open for a week without getting ripped to bits by the staff. That's a good point. Yeah, bro lasted a while without staff finding him and owning him. Bro is actually kind of lucky. Except for the fact that we know how his story ends. He makes it out only to get murked fucking immediately. We have names Sandra and Jerry. Telephone on the wall, so I figured I'd try it out. There was a voice on the other end, but they were just talking nonsense, random words strung together with no real meaning. That's interesting. It bit my tongue. So the phones work, but they're like simulated. Okay. I was thinking last night, the ceiling on this place is pretty high. Some NASA building that was so big it had its own weather patterns. Grand list of weird bullshit. If that ain't the SCP in a nutshell. Okay. Staff attack the exchange. So occasionally, I guess, they raid the places? Now that's interesting. Yeah, here we go. Knives from the restaurants. Lawnmower blades. Oh, good point. Yeah, lawnmowers. You could make some, like, decent weapons with that. Some guy was seen even made a functional crossbow. Yo, based? They don't seem to bleed, which is weird, but they go down as easy as a regular person once you start sticking holes in them. Okay. Apparently the dead ones will attract more during the night, so we had to get them away from the exchange. Creative use of the trolleys. Move them over to pickup. Pickup was grisly. There were hundreds. Okay. Skin all the way through. Every time you see a situation like this, like it's the end of the world, foreign people always seem to turn on each other. That hasn't happened here. Apparently people from other towns come by from time to time just to check in or occasionally to trade if they're short on something, but everything's always cordial. That's true. I've always wondered that. There's always like a lot of drama in like post-apocalyptic shows like that where you're like in a, I mean, this kind of situation. Let's use like The Walking Dead, for example. You know, obviously the parallels are clear here, even though it's like almost entirely different. There's some stuff that's the same here. There's always a bunch of like drama and shit. And the implications like, oh, well, the real danger isn't the zombies, the real danger is the people. But like, most people I know are normal. I think even in that situation, yeah, most people would be normal, right? I mean, I guess as normal as you can be when there's fucking zombies all around and shit. Like, that is dangerous, but like, it's not going to be like a whole thing, you know? It's just going to be, people are going to vibe. They're going to figure it out. So I like that touch. I like that touch in this journal entry right here. That's pretty cool. I like that. It's a nice take on that. It's in line with what I've always imagined would actually happen in this kind of situation. Also a thought before we continue. So we know that they still have like the trolleys for pushing shit around, right? With years down here, surely at least like one person is capable of someone's like an engineer, right? Surely someone would figure out a way to make like a vehicle of some kind, like a car with the trolleys and like a rudimentary engine and roads. I don't know. Just a thought. I feel like that's not like too far out of the question. Especially on account of they sell lawnmowers, so you could just like just repurpose an engine from one of the lawnmowers. Huh. Maybe I gotta find this IKEA. Maybe I gotta invent an infinite IKEA car. But, let's continue. Dozen people showed up at the gates this afternoon from a town called Trolleys. Apparently the staff broke through the walls and tore the town apart during the night. 12 were the only survivors out of over 100. Jesus, okay. Asked if anyone knew how many of these towns there were out there. Managed to come up with over 20 names. 20 towns filled with people, and who knows how many beyond that. Motto for this place should be, how is that even possible? Surely someone somewhere must be looking for the thousands of people that must be in here. Been here for a little over 2 months now, not much changes as it turns out. Nice little trip to IKEA, and suddenly they're trapped in Billy Bookcase's house of faceless weirdos. Okay. Kill them, haul their bodies off. Killed a guy called Jared a couple weeks back. Turns out regular humans still bleed in here, even if the staff don't. We tried our best, but none of us are doctors. One of those quadcopter things with a camera attached buzzed past exchange today. Apparently it's not the first time this happened though. Same thing happened a few months ago and everyone was still here. It didn't stop it, it just kept flying till we could no longer see it. Based on recovery time in the journal, this entry appears to line up approximately with our first successful test piloting a drone. Analysis footage shows a walled settlement under a sign labeled exchange and returns. Okay. Origin of previously sighted drones is unknown. Now that's an interesting mystery. Everyone seemed pretty down after. Franklin apparently has a pet llama, though I'm not sure I buy that based. What's the... In Love Live, they have like, at the school, they have, is it llamas or alpacas? One of the two. They just have it like at the school for some reason in the original Love Live series. I always thought that was strange. Apparently some of the people here have seriously odd gaps in their knowledge. 3 of them have never heard of the ISS. That's fair enough. 2 of them seem to think blank blank was the Prime Minister. I don't know who that is, but interesting. And one of them had apparently never heard of the Statue of Liberty. Believe them too, they seem just as confused as the rest of us. They haven't all come from the same place. Soon enough TV shows know the drill. Sarah comes from a place where there is no Statue of Liberty. They didn't launch a space station where Wasim is from. Everyone here came from different places, even from ones that seem identical. There'd be no huge missing persons panic, no mass search, would just be a blip, a single missing person, a world of non-stop news. That's interesting. So there's an exit and an entrance in multiple dimensions then is what they're implying. So like when someone exits from the exit they're monitoring, they went in from a different one, which explains how they're still able to enter, because in that universe the SCP hasn't discovered the anomalous IKEA yet. Okay, that's interesting. Got it. Okay, 6-month anniversary. More new folks show up. Get a visitor. Alternate timelines or many worlds theory. Yeah, exactly. Their attacks have been getting worse lately. Didn't seem to go anywhere though. Reinforcing the walls. This is darker than I thought it was gonna be. Too bad IKEA doesn't sell guns. Bro is saying what I've been saying. The attacks are getting bad now. Exchanges. I think exchange is done. We got hit pretty bad last night. Not many casualties, but the wall is wrecked. A box of supplies had a chunk of one of the staff in there. A piece of one will draw them as well as a full body. Talk of abandoning exchange. Maybe try to get shelter at checkouts or something. I was fine for that first week out in the dark after all. Me or anyone who finds this, if this is the final entry here, I hope whoever is reading this is doing so from the outside of this place. Okay, so he found an exit and ran out. I think it was sabotage. I doubt it. But that is weird. How a chunk of it would end up in there. I don't know, that's... Why would that happen? Well, one option is that while slicing them up through the walls, a piece went flying and nobody noticed it, because we don't know how big it is. It could be like tiny. It could be sabotage, but like why? For what purpose? Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe it is. Shit. That'd be kind of fucked up. But, yeah. I guess that's that. Infinite IKEA. That was way darker than I thought it would be. I always knew about the infinite IKEA as a concept and thought it was like kind of cool, kind of funny. But like I didn't think it had like this whole fucking Walking Dead journal entry situation going on. That's like high-key terrifying. I don't think I want to be in the infinite IKEA anymore. I was thinking it'd be pretty cool, but maybe not. Maybe not. And then one wonders, why do the employees like raid the place in like a coordinated group? Why is that a thing? Especially since the first couple that the guy was getting chased by when he showed up there was, like they left after a while. Huh. I don't know. Weird. Probably not meant to be answered, though. Just leave a bunch of questions open. Alright, well, I like that one. Well written. A lot of flavor text I sort of tried to skip past, but, we ball. Pretty cool. That one, I think that's my favorite of the two we've done so far, because the first one was kind of terrible. They're kicking you out. No, I understand why they attack. I understand, like, the motive there. What I don't understand is why they, like, raid in a group. Like, why they're coordinated in that. That seems weird. Like, almost intentional. I don't know. Probably will never know unless I stumble upon the infinite IKEA, but given that the language they were using makes me think that that IKEA is in Britain, and I'm not British, so I don't think I'll be stumbling upon it, which is probably for the best. All right, SCP 4666. Object class Keter. Special containment procedures. Oh, stretch. Web traffic and law enforcement channels worldwide are to be monitored for evidence of SCP-4666 activity, and particularly for cases of stalking or reports of anomalous phenomena involving families with young children. Should a Weissnacht event be suspected to be in progress... A what? Well, that's like White Night, so like snow? The nearest containment task force is to be dispatched to attempt containment. Standard PDP-8 humanoid first contact protocols apply. Media coverage of family deaths attributed to be suppressed or falsified to make said deaths appear as non-anomalous home invasion murders. Forensic evidence and SCP-4666-A instances collected by non-Foundation agencies are to be confiscated and witnesses amnesticized. Okay. That's a lot of things that do not make sense to me yet. Possible photograph recovered from a cell phone at the location of Weissnacht event, whatever number. Click here to enlarge. Bro's just chilling. Look at him. He's just vibing. He's just a silly little guy. Yulman photo. Okay. So Yulman is like the colloquial name, I guess. Okay. It's currently believed to be a single, exceptionally long-lived humanoid entity of unknown origin. Survivors of Weissnacht events typically describe it as very tall, between 2 meters and 2.3 meters, elderly male of European descent, with an extremely emaciated appearance. The entity always appears completely naked, even when observed outdoors in freezing weather. Though the nature and extent of its anomalous properties remain uncertain, it appears capable of instantaneous or near instantaneous travel to any location north of 40 degrees north latitude, and possibly to any location on Earth. Activity occurs exclusively within a period of 12 consecutive nights every year, from the night of December 21st to 22nd to the night of January 1 to 2. This period is known as its active phase. During this phase, in what are termed Weissnacht events, it will appear at dwellings in one or multiple locations north of 40 north latitude. In all known Weissnacht events, these dwellings have shared the following characteristics: isolated rural location, home to a family with at least one child under the age of 8. Don't like that. And situated in an area with snow cover lasting throughout the duration of the event. Resist to the following general progression. Children will report seeing it in the vicinity of their family's dwelling. The entity will typically be observed watching the dwelling from a distance, such as from across a nearby field or from the edge of a neighboring forest. In some cases, children will report waking up at night to find it watching them sleep through a window. Don't like that. Family members will report sounds of footsteps coming from the roof, this is 8 through 11, of the attic. An extremely unpleasant odor will also frequently be noticed inside the dwelling. No cause for these phenomena will be found. As a result, parents will often begin to suspect their family is being stalked or even that their dwelling might be haunted. Okay. Over the course of the night, on night 12, one of two scenarios will occur. First and most common is that it will kill all members of the family save for one child under the age of 8, whom it will abduct. It will inflict incapacitating injuries to family members while they're sleeping, then herd them into a single room of the dwelling where it will proceed to kill them in view of each other. The method of killing varies with the event and will typically be preceded by some form of torture, which appears to serve a ritualistic purpose. Okay, there's a log that'll explain that. In the second scenario, which has occurred in roughly 15%, it will not harm the family. Family members will report hearing footsteps outside the dwelling during the night, though no signs of forced entry will be found. Inside their dwelling, rather, in the morning, children will discover presents at the foot of their beds. These will consist of toys crudely crafted from the remains of human children. Holy fuck. Okay, so like, fucked up Santa. Got it. The criteria, if any, are unknown. Okay. Question. How the fuck do they know the kids are abducted? Are they finding them? Or are they just assuming because they go missing? Is there any correlation here? 1498, 1689. 1903, 1913. Yeah, these seem arbitrary. Discovery. Existence and ongoing activity were first detected in 1974 through the Foundation's newly implemented anomalous signature recognition program. What is the footnote here? Algorithms as a means of detecting anomalous phenomena. Okay. So they're finding anomalies on the blockchain. Got it. When several highly similar home invasion incidents resulting in family deaths were found to have occurred throughout the Northern Hemisphere during the night of January 1 to 2. Extensive research into civilian and law enforcement archives worldwide eventually uncovered evidence of probable Weissnacht events for nearly every preceding year. Wait. That's not right. Notable, okay. So that's not all of them. It happens every year. Okay. Evidence for preceding year going back to the late 18th century. 3.1 known events per year on average. Numerous historical documents were also found which appear to describe activity occurring prior to this period. In some cases as early as the 2nd century AD in Europe and Russia. Wow, okay. So this predates the concept of Christmas. Or would it? Well, no, because BC. Yeah, Christmas definitely wouldn't exist yet at that point. Especially not in the form we have it now. 2nd century, I still have my doubts. Fingerprints belonging to the same humanoid entity have been discovered at the locations of all Foundation-investigated Weissnacht events. They've been matched to a partial fingerprint found preserved in dried blood on a recovered 4666-A instance dating from 1873. The fingerprints present characteristics not known to occur in human beings. Note the unique double whorl pattern. Human-like white hairs were also recovered from locations of several events, so no DNA, human or otherwise, could be extracted from them. Modern Christmas is heavily based on Yule. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, okay. Maybe it would. I don't know. I'm not an expert on such things, so I'll definitely take your word on it. You're more likely to know than I am. Huh. Several SCP-A were discovered at a family's residence in Hoona, Alaska. That is not... Is that a real place? Maybe it is, I don't know. I feel like there's not many towns in Alaska. I don't have a reason to believe it's not, it just doesn't sound real to me for some reason. Okay, Karud, life-size doll. Okay, so the A are the residents. Life-size doll made from the emaciated body of a... Holy fuck. Okay. Patchwork dress. Mouth sewn shut. Lips painted red. Oof. Wait, this is... That's very gruesome. I hate that. Upon examination... Still alive, albeit unconscious. Authorities were notified and the child was airlifted in Juneau, Alaska, where she survived for 18 hours. 2 Foundation agents were dispatched and were able to interview the subject. Following the subject's death, her body was confiscated by agents and all witnesses amnesticized as per standard procedure. So, like, she was still alive in that state. Holy fuck. What the fuck? Ekaterina Morozova, age 7, a known abduction victim. So that's how they know that they're abducted. Church back in those days was very into adapting local holidays into their own stuff to try to de-paganify the locals. That does make sense. Yeah, that does sound like the church. Historically. Okay. Cool. Didn't know that. We learned something. Okay. 1/2016. Autopsy of the subject's body. Showed she had been severely malnourished. Result in considerable stunting. Makes sense. Number of scars and burns. 2 bone fractures. Wow. So they have police photographs of the thing, and then recordings, linguistics. The language spoken by the subject was found to match no known language, living or dead. Free Proto-Germanic. What? Where's that? Is that in here? Okay. Where was that footnote? Oh, here we go. Subject did not understand English. Okay. After several minutes, the subject began addressing the agents in Russian. So she was speaking another language, probably taught to her by the thing. Cinnamon rolls, but it's 12 p.m., so good night. Alright, good night, Stalkus. Thank you for stopping back in to say hello, and I hope you have a good rest of your night. Appreciate you, gamer. I don't want to go back. You don't have to. Tell me what happened to you. You don't remember the night he came to your house. Here, Mama, Papa, and Katya, and Juliana for a long time. This bag. He had a big bag. Other children were in the bag, too. I think we go to other houses. I hear people screaming outside the bag all during the night. Each house, he put another child in the bag. Then after the night, he take us away. Underground. Everything earth and mud and ice. Lots of children, lots of tunnels, lots of holes, but I can't see all. I can't see the other unknown word. Too dark. My hole is with Renee and Hecla and Sasha and Paul. We make the toys together. If you don't make the toys, you don't eat. Oh. Don't stop making the toys, don't fall asleep or he hurt you. Eat Philippe and Sally. Christ. I get sick. When you can't make the toys, you become the toys. Christ. We investigating? Yo, what's up, Talentless Moon? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. We sure are. We just got done. This just sounds like a weird mix between like Krampus and like a weird fucked up Santa Claus. Especially with the Proto-Germanic situation. Yeah, I think this is just an adaptation of Krampus. That is cool. I like this. I'd still like to know, my only theory for how it decides who does and doesn't get the presents and like who gets tortured is based on like whether you've been a quote-unquote good kid or a quote-unquote bad kid, right? And that would be based on whatever morality this thing believes in, I guess. But then, like, I don't know if I'd want to be a good kid either, right? Because fucking, I don't want a doll made out of human parts. I would like to be... I would like a new Xbox or something, you know? Or like a PlayStation, maybe? You know, a Dreamcast? I don't know why I'm saying old consoles. I don't know what I would want anymore. I'm really hard to buy gifts for. But like when I was 5, I got Shadow the Hedgehog for the GameCube for Christmas, and I was pogging. I mean, obviously I wasn't pogging because that hadn't been invented yet. It was a while back, but I was popping off. So something like that, you know? I'm not really a huge fan of the whole, like, human part gift thing. I think, honestly, I'd prefer to just not get visited by this Santa Claus. What if he gives you an Xbox made of human parts? Qualifying question, is the Xbox capable of playing Xbox games? Like, can I play Jet Set Radio Future on the Xbox made of human parts? Because if so, I'm fine with it. But if not, then bro can keep it. Bro can keep it. Yes? Okay, yeah, sure. I'm fine with that then. I'll be a good burb for SCP 4666. Womter. But yeah, that one was interesting. That one was like really fucked up. It borders on shock value for the sake of being shock value, but I feel like it fits well enough with what they're going for that I can't really complain about it. There's definitely some horror stories, and it applies to SCP as well, obviously, where it's like just like really gory and fucked up for the sake of being really gory and fucked up. But I think here with like the folklore that they're adapting here, I think it makes sense to have it be that way. So I'm not gonna like dock it points for that. So I'd say this one's pretty good. I like the IKEA more though, because the IKEA is a lot more like, there's a lot more to like speculate on, where this one it's just like, hey, this is a fucked up thing that happens, every year around Christmas. Lamau. Not that that's a bad thing though. This one's still good. I like this one. And our final one, 6448. Okay. So this one has another like weird layout here. So containment class Keter, disruption class Kinect. I don't know. I still don't know what that means. Risk class warning. Alright, fair enough. Containment of SCP-6448 should be focused on investigation of deer exhibiting anomalous traits within and around the Appalachian area. Yeah, I know what Appalachia is. I thought there was going to be something more interesting. All civilian sightings of SCP-6448 should be attended to by Mobile Task Force Gamma 4. The Green Stags. Possible deaths resulting from 6448 should be attributed to hiking accidents, and sightings are to be blamed upon chronic wasting disease. Zombie deer disease. I've heard of this before. Now that's a terrifying thought. While CWD is a legitimate disease, the majority of cervids in Appalachia exhibiting traits are known instances of 6448. Interesting, okay. So that's like... Huh. What's the thing? Missing 411? The like big conspiracy theory about people that go missing in national parks? Is that what this is working off of? Because it feels like that's kind of what they're getting at with that. Not that it matters, just flexing my knowledge about weird conspiracy bullshit that I happen to have picked up over the years. I don't really know much about it though. I don't know like what people think that actually is, or if they even have an answer. Knowing the type of people that come up with shit like that though, I bet they're like, oh yeah, they're taking people at the national parks and they're kidnapping them and doing human FBI CIA experiments. They're doing MK Ultra in the woods. They got a secret base in the mountains. But like, the fucking woods are mostly uncharted. No shit, people are gonna go missing. Like, it's not good. It is a little bit concerning that as many people go missing in national parks as they do, but not everything's some kind of fucking planned conspiracy. You go off the trail and you get lost. I mean, that you went off the trail and you got lost. I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, that's my tangent about that conspiracy theory. I don't even know how widespread that one is. I feel like not as much as the other ones. I think more people believe in like flat Earth than missing 411, but that could also be wrong. And also, it's really hard to tell anymore when you meet like a genuine flat earther if they're actually a flat earther or if they're just really deep into the irony pit with their flat earthing. You never know. You never know. But anyway, this is all a really, really long tangent to segue into the fact that I'm actually coming out as a flat earther. And if you believe the Earth is round, you're wrong. And yeah. Stop being wrong. Flat Earth forever. Birds aren't real. I love Birds Aren't Real guy, actually. I know I'm like off on like tangent number 4 now, but that's fine. I remember it was the Birds Aren't Real guy, right? Like the guy who runs that whole operation, the comedy thing. And to my understanding, he pretty much shit posts in every interview he ever gives. But the one I remember is the one where he was on like some kind of national news. I don't know if it was like CBS or if it was like, it might have been Fox News or something. But anyway, he got on the camera and he's sitting there looking like really nervous. Like he's just fucking like shitting his pants. And then he's like, hey, hi, I'm... And then I don't know how the lad did this, but he like forced himself to throw up on camera and they had to like really quickly cut away from him. And that's gotta be like one of my favorite national news clips of all time. I love that guy. What a good shitpost. I wanna buy like the birds aren't real merch actually and wear it to a family party to cause problems on purpose. But anyway, SCP-6448. Where were we? Chronic wasting disease, that's right. The Site-44 cryptozoology. Yo, cryptozoology? We got a zoo in the blockchain? That's crazy, bro. Is tasked with ongoing research into the not deer phenomenon. Should an instance be captured, it is to be brought to Site-44 for containment and study. SCP-6448 is an anomalous branch of the Cervidae family. Cervidae family. Yeah, okay. Essex, England. Bro, they're really gonna ship these not deer all the way across the ocean just to take it to Britain? Honestly, if I was one of these, like, anomalous deer, just fucking end me. Don't send me to Britain. Fuck that. More commonly known as deer. Makes sense. I like this one. An SCP-6448 instance attempting to communicate with a non-anomalous deer. Bro's just like hoofing it. Bro's on 2 feet. That shit ain't normal. I think I'd run if I saw a deer walking at me with 2 legs. Like I'm not even gonna stay to take a picture. I'm just going. I'm gone. I'm also probably already dead if I'm close enough to even see this happen. At least if this is going where I assume it's gonna go. All members of this group display heightened intelligence and are presumed to be sapient. Many specimens exhibit some form of physical malformation, causing them to stand out from a non-anomalous deer. While the exact details of physical abnormalities differ between instances, repeat commonalities are as follows. Legs bent backwards, barrel-chested, emaciation, eyes belonging to unrelated animals. That's creepy. Forward-facing eyes, that's also kind of creepy. Jerky movements, loss of fear towards humans, tendency to walk on 2 hind legs. That's what I'm saying. Like that, like leave. General bodily disfigurement. Aside from physical disfigurement, instances show severe divergence from the behavior of other cervids. Namely, they're known to watch, observe, and stalk humans, often for hours or days. This includes following humans to and from their homes, wherein they will proceed to steal belongings, weapons, and food. Very rarely will they attack victims while they are indoors. That's kind of arbitrary, but okay. They're most commonly encountered in deep woodland, particularly at night or dusk, when a person is alone. Any form of direct acknowledgement of its anomalous traits in these situations will always result in the victim's termination. Treating them as normal cervids triggers no reaction. So if you see like a fucked up deer and you're like, oh shit, that's a fucked up deer, then you're dead? Okay, what is this? Here we go. Necessary for your survival. You notice a deer that seems off, look away and ignore it. If it knows that you've noticed it, it's too late. If you hear your name, whistling, or something else in the woods calling for you, don't acknowledge it. Never acknowledge it exists, don't respond, don't go looking for it, don't call back to it. If you're walking at night and you feel something breathing on your neck or whispering behind you, the key to your safety is pretending that everything is normal. Your survival is dependent on your ignorance. So what I'm hearing is that we've crossed into cognito hazard territory. And by knowing about this phenomenon, we've opened the door to being fucked over by these deer. God damn it, SCP Foundation, always ruining my life and shit. I'm gonna start blaming the SCP for all my problems now. Stubbed my toe, SCP Foundation. Got a speeding ticket, SCP Foundation. Caught the flu and was sick for 2 weeks, back like a month ago now when that happened. That was the SCP Foundation, probably. They were up to some shit. That's the only possible explanation. I'm too powerful to have anything unfortunate happen to me, unless it's someone else's fault. Okay, presently they're only known to inhabit the Appalachian region. Under review, following Incident 6448 Alpha. Great. So they are everywhere, is what I'm hearing. Awesome. Awesome. Let's go to the woods. I'm gonna fuck the anomalous deer. No, I'm not. That was a joke. It was officially assigned anomalous classification in 1980, though they have been recognized by local people since 1947. Firmly cemented figure in Appalachian folklore, known colloquially as a knot deer, due to their striking similarity to the species they imitate. Was this updated? Because there's another word I won't say. Another name for a similar creature that's part of Native American folklore that I didn't know until like kind of recently that you're not actually supposed to say out loud. So out of respect, I try to avoid doing that. Even if I'm wrong about that, I mean, it doesn't hurt me just to like dance around it a little bit. But I'm wondering if they didn't go back and maybe edit this, because I feel like at one point this mention would have made more sense, because it's talking about folklore to have had that, and maybe it got edited. Not super important, just something I noticed that like I've never heard this term. I've always heard like the other one. Due to their striking similarity to the species they imitate. Many locals claim to have encountered instances of 6448 or possess knowledge of an individual who has. A majority of local communities living in rural areas of high activity are aware of the precautions required to avoid hostile encounters, primarily due to urban legends and stories involving the entities. They were previously researched at Site 41, located in Blank, North Carolina. On 11/1/1994, a group of 3 instances broke into the site utilizing a tunnel system carved over an extended period of time. Yo, what the fuck? Site entered lockdown protocol. The single instance kept in containment, being prepared for dissection, was lost in the breach and not recovered. What? So they came in and rescued their family? They came in and rescued their boy? That's crazy. Capture and contain, all of which would escape the site through tunnels. The decision was made to transfer all instances overseas to prevent further breaches. Okay. This makes sense. Since this decision, no capture attempts have been successful. That's been crossed out, so I guess they did at some point manage to capture one, but the overseas thing makes sense now. To explain the disruption classes, disruption class basically rates anomalies' ability to disturb the veil illusion of normalcy. Got it. Okay, okay. That makes sense. Thank you for clarifying. I had never seen that before. I'd only ever seen like the regular class. The containment class. Never heard about the other ones. The danger one makes sense, but that one was kind of abstract to me. But now I know. That's actually helpful. Recently recorded civilian encounters. Okay, first reports. Time since the genus's discovery, many members of the public have encountered the enemy entities, though most accidentally stumbling upon them do not alert local authorities. Merely watching or becoming hostile. Do we ever find out what they actually do to people? Surely we do. Dialed emergency services. Being linked to likened to a scream in a voice they do not recognize. Subject was instructed to investigate the disturbance themselves and keep services updated on the situation. This was 2000. There's no way 911 was telling someone to go into the woods and investigate this. I don't believe you. What's up, Sergeant Doom? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Okay, you survived though, despite acknowledging it. Maybe because you were on the phone? But that, what the fuck kind of 911 operator would tell you to go into the woods and investigate the thing that might be trying to lure you out? What kind of horse shit? Like, I believe that that would actually happen, but what kind of horse shit? Okay, home break-in. Numerous items are missing. 2 investigators. Cutlery, sharp objects, firearms, light bulbs, and a single copy of the novel The Day After Roswell are missing. Complete lack of any fingerprints. 2-hour period of missing film, so it can mess with cameras too. Maybe it's the anomaly? That's true, I guess. If it's able to shut off cameras, I guess it could have messed with the 911 call. But then, weirdly enough, I mean, it's still on record, so it reached the other line to get to the emergency services. But I don't know. Interesting theory, though. Response teams searched the nearby area for 4 hours. Trail cameras. At 1:11, walking through the field before fleeing, one places an object into the ground, later discovered to be a single fork. Like a kitchen fork? 200 discarded bovine hooves appear at the location. What the fuck? Age unknown, gender unknown. Victim is stood within a forest in front of a Cervus elaphus, red deer, which is violently contorting, repeatedly ramming itself into a tree. Better get a vet or something. I don't think it's well, or the line falls silent. Footage? You can't video call 911, can you? Which one you learn about? This is SCP-6448. But like, you can't video call a... Oh, unless it was recovered from the phone when they went out to... Okay. But they're talking about like where it stood. That doesn't... You can't video call 911. They wouldn't have the... Whatever. I'll let it pass. Radio their supervisor in early evening regarding a herd of white-tailed deer. I feel like they just keep putting these like actual names in here for no other reason than to flex that they know them, because it's such an arbitrary thing to do. Supposedly there is a single animal that upon first glance appears average, though possesses divergent attributes including backwards joints, an enlarged abdomen, and forward-facing eyes. Okay, those were mentioned earlier. Distant whistle is audible for the sound of hooves rapidly getting closer. So that was where we get like the don't mention it or it'll call you out, and by call you out I mean murder you, I guess. Radio begins to crackle the victim's voice. Request the supervisor to come to the location. The supervisor questions the victim about what happened the night previous. Oh, yeah, so it is able to talk. It is able to use radios and what have you. Okay. Can you confirm or deny that you would have sexual interaction with an SCP? Depends on which one, but yeah, I mean, probably. Victim dials 911 using a satellite phone distress. They state that they are in Blank County woods and are being followed. She claims that despite seeing no one for the duration of her hike, she feels as if she's being watched and has heard someone walking behind her at various points in the trip. The victim is unable to give an adequate description, but knows the route to return to her residence. Return to a point where she can provide a sufficient geographic description of her position. The victim remains on the line for the duration of the hike back to a readily used portion of the wilderness trail. Along the journey, various unnatural sounds can be heard. Okay. Oh, this one's coated in slime. Human screams can be heard in the distance. Okay, so they have plants at the 911 emergency center. Main trail now operating the 911 call. Inform the victim to not respond to any further unusual activity. Okay. This is a long one. Fire upon the victim's address. Possession of all firearms and weapons on the premises and to barricade herself inside a safe place. Knock on the front door. Ruh-roh. The sound of galloping is audible as the front door caves in. Can they use rifles? I mean, they can use radios, so I would assume so. Probably depends on whether or not they have fingers or not, because they're all like mutated a little bit differently. Again, you can't video call, so I don't know how they have all this information, but whatever. Circling the house. Similar to the stance of an arachnid. Don't like that. Possessing human eyes. Responders found no trace of either 6448 or the victim. Wow. Okay. Small fraction of encounters. Majority go unnoticed and undocumented. Makes sense. Called off public investigation, cover stories, home break-in, and missing 4... Oh my god, I was even talking about it earlier. Missing 411. So missing 411 is a canon fake conspiracy cover-up from SCP. There you have it. I was right. I called that one from miles away. Successfully detained and captured an instance of 6448. Oh, that's what they meant. So they didn't spread out of the Appalachians. There just is one in Britain because they captured one. Got it. Okay. Highly experimental shock rifles. A resulting skirmish left a single instance unconscious, which was swiftly placed aboard an armored CH-47 helicopter en route to Site 44 in England to prevent outside assistance. Upon reaching the site, the stated entity was transferred in a containment cell without incident. And then immediately there's an incident. Okay. Just look at yourself for more than a few seconds. It's very clear you're not normal. True. Oh, you said this was one way? It is? How is it supposed to respond if it's one way? Okay, that doesn't make sense. That's a writing oversight. Jaw moves in a manner that seems to imitate speech. No intelligible dialect is heard, rather a sound similar to gagging or choking is audible. You will not comply. Maybe you'd like to see a brand new containment cell. Research. Oh, so it starts to mimic the speech it's heard. Okay, July 7th, 1947. Rams the 20-inch thick one-way glass, cracking it slightly. July 7th, 1947. Okay, interesting. I don't know what the relevance of that is. Tenderly mass. There's the tentacles. I was wondering if any of them would actually have tentacles. Leaps and squirms around the cell before shattering the viewing window. The remaining carcass is entirely hollow. Okay, so it escaped. That's not good. Unprecedented increase CWD afflicted deer and UFO reports in the area surrounding Site 44. UFO reports. Okay, interesting. Gotcha. Okay. Well, yeah, that's not good. So I guess there's fucking weird, creepy deer in England now too. Get fucked, Britain. Lemau. I still can't believe I called that missing 411 was gonna come up. That's crazy. Okay. I mean, again, it's pretty obvious what it's referencing here if you know anything about Appalachian native folklore. I do have my complaints about how it's written. Again, you wouldn't have video footage of a 911 call. And then 2, again, why are we asking it questions to respond to if the intercom's not two-way? I don't get it. But everything else, pretty cool. I wonder why only deer, because the end seems to imply that, like, it's taking... Like it's taking the corpse of a deer and inhabiting it, and it's actually like that creature that escaped. So why only deer? Maybe some of them are humans, but it doesn't mention any... Like that would be a far more noticeable anomaly. Like they almost certainly would have found that by this point. So why only deer? Kinda odd. Maybe some kind of like genetic compatibility. Kind of weird. But yeah, that's that one. I had 2 I needed to look at because I needed to give you an answer about 049. Oh, a plague doctor? Yeah, absolutely. No question. I would absolutely go to bed with a masked plague doctor. Them fuckers are hot. And then 096 now. Which one is that? I feel like I read this one, but I forgot. Oh, this one. The one where you can't look at it or it fucking screams. More human friendly, making it easier for them to do their job to stalk people. That's true. That makes sense. But then, like, well, I don't know. Maybe it's a symbol. Like they just don't like being acknowledged because they want to fit in. And if they don't, then I don't know. That's bad. It also seems to imply that they're aliens at the end, which is another interesting theory. But anyway, 096 is dead. How did that happen? Oh, it says it right here. Okay. Huh. Some of this seems familiar. I'm trying to find where it actually happens. Want this thing terminated now. Got done ripping open a minivan. Wes landed the chopper. I got out and bagged it, but the bag oversaid it got calm and they took it. Doesn't actually mention. Okay. I don't know, it doesn't say where it actually happened. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing. Am I stupid? I don't know. Probably somewhere. Where what happened? Where it 096 got killed. When they terminated. I wanted to see how they pulled it off. But I know I've read through that before, but I don't remember the details. But it's been a couple hours of the stream, so I'm not gonna hunt it down or anything. I feel like we're about done here. I feel like it's time to hop off. We went through the rest of the viewer requested ones, so that That's what I wanted to do, because I didn't want anyone to feel left out that they sent one in and we didn't get through it. So, yeah, this will probably be the last one of these. Maybe I'll do another one next Halloween with more. But for now, yeah. Those were neat. There were some good ones. There were some that were like mid. I don't think there were any that were like bad. Just some that like, you know, I would have written it a little bit better. There's a lot. I've noticed a lot of it. It tries to do this like weird character building thing, I will say, where they'll have like these individual characters that, and I'm sure some of them are recurring, but a lot of them are unique to the one entry. And they'll have a bunch of like unnecessary flavor text that you're reading through that does like nothing for you. You know, like that one I did earlier, the first one, I forget which one, it was like 29 something. The parallel universe where everything died suddenly. That one. That one was annoying because it was told mostly through like the dialogue from the tapes, like the expedition recordings. And my problem with that was like, I just want to get to the interesting parts. I don't want to have like 2 full pages with like 2 full pages of just mic's on, copy. It seems to be an empty area with nothing in it. What do you mean an empty area? Well, there's nothing. Everything's dead. It's cloudy outside. That's weird. Like that doesn't, like, don't do that. Get to the point with these things. What's up, Davis? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Caught us at the end of the stream here, I think. I'm just complaining about one of the SCPs I read earlier. But yeah, like with something like this, where the object itself, or like, I guess in that case, like the entity, or like, what would you call it? The subject of the article is the important part. I don't need a bunch of unnecessary details, right? I understand why it's there. It just, you know, felt like it went on for too long and I was just scrolling to get to the parts I actually cared about. But I don't know, that's a very subjective thing. Overall, I do think SCP is a really cool project. Having like a community sourced wiki of interesting things that are like kind of spooky, but sometimes just funny. Yeah, I like it. It's neat. I don't know, I don't really have anything else to say besides that. Is anyone live for us to raid? Hopefully. I'm kind of hoping Rui's still live, but I know she's not gonna be. She only ever streams for like 2 hours tops. Very sad. Very, very sad. Okay. Who can we raid? Oh, I'm gonna raid Vare. I'm gonna raid Vare, I think. Layton's Mystery Journey. Professor Layton game. I don't think I've ever played one of those. I know a lot of people like it. I know the art style is really cute, but I've never actually played a Layton game. Probably won't either. It's not really my cup of tea. It's mostly just like a puzzle pack from what I understand, but I enjoy them. I enjoy like art of it. Vare Vermilion from Niji Sanji. I think he's from the newest wave that they released. I forgot. Unfortunately, Niji Sanji is at a point where like even the EN branch, there's so many of them that I actually can't remember who debuted when, which is kind of bad of me because I'm actually friends with this guy, and I still don't know, but oh well. Cool guy, comfy guy. Y'all should have fun. No RealCorp's live today, so I'll just find someone I'm subscribed to, and that's him. So yeah, go enjoy that, and I will see y'all, not tomorrow. Thursdays are my off day now. I will see y'all Friday for Honkai Star Rail. We're gonna get Topaz and Numby, or I'm going to bash my head into my desk repeatedly. But yeah, thank you for hanging out. Kind of, again, a shorter stream from what I usually do, but it'll be good. And get some other stuff done around the house, make myself some dinner, go to bed on time. And yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll do more of these. Maybe I'll do more like exploration type stuff. I know there's a lot of like backrooms lore now that's similar to SCP as well, so keep an eye out. Maybe I'll do more of this, who knows? More stuff like this. But yeah, I'll stop rambling, let y'all get on with your night. And yeah, until Friday, Vtuber. Bye-bye.